don't even
Ooh,
it's disrespectful, man. It is like
Eric, you gonna smoke with the females,
Come on
huh?
with it. Come on with it.
it's the truth though. It's the truth though. Like so many feel like, oh well, we gotta worry about their feelings. No, like you should be upset, man. Like women worked for a long time to get to where they are.
Yeah, that's facts.
And now we're just all that's just been stripped away from them.
Agree with that. Look
Yeah.
at what's going on with the sports, man. And you got guys jumping in the pool, man, and beating women.
Dude,
they've been trained for years.
I was just about to touch on the same thing.
Getting out the pool, you know what I'm saying? Torso swole.
Right.
Like he did a bid. And he done jumped in with some women because you can't go hang with the guys. You got to go out here and, you know, you talk about stuff like You Want a Man. And if y'all even remember that joint, you know what I'm saying? I can't hoop with the dudes. I'm kicked out the league, but let me go ahead over here and I'm going to ball with the chicks. I'm going to go to the WNBA and I'm going to put on. And you know what's funny about that? We laughed at like In Living Color. You know what I'm saying?
I was just thinking about that.
Hated it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we grew up with that stuff. And it was funny when we saw men in dresses. And now it's become men trying to be women in dresses.
Well, it was funny because it was supposed to be uncharacteristic.
It was supposed to be something that was not going on. Technically, we were making fun of what wasn't accepted. And that slowly morphed into more and more and more. Now you got the Medeas, which I hate and I'm not a fan of. And then you got, you know what I'm saying? Like all of this stuff helped to bring it on. And so now we're not just talking about art imitating life. We talking about life imitating art, and that circle there. Oh, well, it's cool. Y'all gonna laugh if I become a woman, if I walk around and I'm really a man underneath here and I ain't, you know, did the whole procedure and you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, that's funny. It's cool. It's acceptable. Oh, Bruce Jenner, man, dude, you was the man in the 80s. And now all of a sudden you say, yo, you 60 years old and they about to kick you off the show because you're not married to the family anymore. So you want to stay relevant? Oh, dog, you're going to become a woman? And in becoming a woman, we're going to name you Woman of the Year?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like looking at all of those different things, bro, like we did a lot of things that we don't like, we do to ourselves. And so to Eric's point, if I was a woman, I would be upset. It's like, bro, I was born like this.
Mm-hmm.
You made a choice and a decision, and I don't care what honor you get. I don't care if Biden have Brittany Griner's wife and we sitting up here and we trying to get her. I don't care about that. At the end of the day, yeah, I hate to see that you stuck in Russia, but I can't agree with your lifestyle. I don't want you to come back home so you could stay a lesbian. You know what I'm saying? And get back into your lifestyle of sin. I'm hoping that you meet Jesus while you in prison. And you come back to the crib and you're like, nah, you know what? I don't want to be a lesbian anymore. I'm a woman. I want a man. I want a real husband. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, bro. I don't think we dive deep enough into it because again, society wants you to be quiet and they want you to comply. And they want you, again, to believe the narrative that we putting out here for you guys to soak up. And if it comes along with denying how I was born, which again is something that you cannot, you can't get away from that.
Didn't it used to be I was born this way?
Bro, but at the end of the day, again,
You can't change your chromosomes.
because
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Hey,
It used to be I was born this way, and now it's like I was born this way, and that was a mistake. Like, which is it, man?
But we out here now, you know, telling kids that it's okay to be like this, and we're reading
That's
stories
another
where
problem, too.
counselors and teachers are giving girls breast binders. Yo, you this how you want to be? No, we're gonna help you with this, and not involving the parents.
I got a
son,
simple
they-
solution
they
for
doing-
that.
Actually fighting school boards because counselors are allowing kids to come to school, and we call them Sally Bobby. But when the girl goes home, yo, this is still my baby girl. But they go to school, and you're the district, the board of education is allowing you to address my daughter as a boy, and I'm at the crib trying to fight for her identity.
Yep.
Which is the only thing we can do.
It's real
There's
life.
two simple solutions for that part. One, pull your kids out of school, out of public school.
Public school.
Homeschool your
right.
kids.
Man,
If you care about your kids, homeschool your kids. Two, move to a state where you have school choice. That way, if you decide to go to public school or private school, your tax dollars go to that school. But that's hard to do. I get it. Both of those things are hard to do.
I kind of disagree with you, Zero, in a sense. Is
Come on with
that
it.
when I get what you're saying, you know, and The only reason why I say I disagree is because if we don't have, and I guess in the moment I'm thinking about, say, in our own right, a Daniel stance, because Daniel had to stand in the fire along with the other three. You see what I'm saying? So this is kind of our fire. If our children don't stand in what we see as the fire, then they're not going to be able to stand at all as adults. That's just how I see it. So
I understand that, but Daniel was enslaved.
No, I get it. What? I mean, it's a different.
I don't think that's
it's a different
he still
look.
had to make a choice, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, if you in a situation like that, okay, I look at it like this. It's layers. It's not simple, and maybe I'm glib for making it sound like it's just simple. It's not simple and it's not easy.
Right.
But it's an option that's on the table.
Okay.
You're gonna have to make less money. You're gonna have to be inconvenienced, but you ain't got people and strangers trying to trans your kids. You can raise your kids to be a certain age so that when they are appropriately aged to be able to stand in the fire and fight those battles, they can do that. But my 6-year-old, my 9-year-old are not appropriately aged or trained for that right now. Teenagers, I can see them fighting a good fight, you know, getting into it because they've been trained by their father.
I'll respond to that, and I'm not saying in this statement, I'm not saying I disagree with you. Yeah. I'm just putting my 2 cents in. My son was 5 or 6 when Michael Sams got drafted to the NFL. Okay. And he walks into the bedroom on Sunday morning. Here I am, and I got ESPN on, being transparent, getting dressed for church. My son walks in, you can't make this up, just as he's kissing his companion to celebrate him getting drafted, right? And my son's reaction was, "Ew, Daddy, why are those 2 men kissing?" 5 years old. I had to sit down, and I was angry because I didn't have any control over when he walked in the room and what he saw. I had to sit down and have a talk with him about people live differently out in the world, but I'm going to raise you this way. You don't ill-treat them, but we're not going that direction.
Right.
I had to have that talk with him. So what I'm saying is, and I get what you're saying. That is an option. You can homeschool your kids. Everybody has a choice to guide their kids how they see fit. But me, I came up probably the first, in a couple of years of my childhood, I went to Catholic school. But for the most part, I was a public school kid. And I am a public school advocate because what I'm saying is, like, it's almost like they say about New York. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. So, you know, basically I'm trying to say is, I mean, I understand there's some extreme circumstances or situations with certain public schools, but in general, if you have a Christ-centered way to guide your children through the fire, they're going to be able to stand later. That's just the way I see it, as kind of like an investment that has to be made.